This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Coming to you live from Marina Village here at the Atlantis on Paradise Island, and we're joined by Mr.
Face.
Yeah, a very familiar face. The Caribbean Hotelier of the Year, I might add, Mr. George Marcantonis.
Thank you. How are you guys?
Good, and it's good to be here. Thanks so much for hosting us.
It's a delight to have you in Marina Village.
We want to ask you a couple of questions. We want to start off with bookings. That's always the big question. How are things going?
Well, I've got to say we've come out of the gate very well. 2014. January was excellent for us. About 8 percentage points better in occupancy than the previous year. Some of that has to do with the groups that we had. But I think besides February, which is a little bit soft, we're looking forward to a very good March, April, May. And we've got a lot of plans in motion right now to make sure they're great ones.
And I know you had a major marketing campaign going on as well. How's that been going?
Well, we've been focusing on Texas for quite a lot. It's gone exceptionally well. The Texas market for us is a no-brainer. We have 2 cities that have direct flights into Nassau. American Airlines coming from Dallas, United from Houston. And then, of course, we have flights from Austin, JetBlue to Fort Lauderdale that connect. They didn't really feel the recession. They don't have a beautiful ocean in Texas. They don't have any casino gaming. All those factors say they're the ideal consumer for us. So we've been working that market for a while, and it's worked out for us.
And you're going after the Latin American market as well.
Very aggressively. You know, I think we've gone in 2010 from about 1,650 room nights from Latin America to last year about 17,500 room nights.
Wow.
And we're aiming for 25,000 plus this year. That's a great new market for the Bahamas.
Well, the tourism minister, we referenced him earlier in the newscast, talked about those 6.2 million visitors last year, which is a record for us. Does that mean that those fears over emerging competition should be quieted, at least for now?
You never ever quiet your fears about competition, because when you are caught sleeping at the wheel is when you will lose. The tourism minister rightly said we've had this great increase. A lot of it is from the cruise ship industry, to be fair. And there's still strength from the cruise ship industry. I believe there are 50 plus additional port calls scheduled in 2014 than there were in 2013. So there's no room for complacency, but we should be pleased about where we are right now.
All right.
We're here in picturesque Marina Village. Any new developments, any additions in the works for Marina Village?
And you got a big birthday coming up too.
We have. This is our 20th anniversary. 20th birthday, if you can believe it's that long. And we have a lot of exciting things going to happen in 2014. But don't we have that every year? We're always adding new restaurants, adding new amenities, trying to maximize the customer experience here. We're not ready to share everything that we're going to do in 2014, but I will tell you that it's going to be exactly the same as the past. We are going to have many new items that will appeal not only to our customer base, but also to locals throughout the community.
We like surprises. Thanks a lot, Mr. Marcantonis.
Nice to have you guys here.
Well, the Nobu restaurant at the Atlantis Resort is making quite a stir with its gourmet Japanese cuisine. I'd like to try it out myself. The restaurant is preparing to reveal a new taste for your palate, and our Janaea Noel Ferguson got a first taste. Here's a look.
We got behind the kitchen doors to make the featured dish at Nobu's big event. Fried calamari with watermelon, a customer favorite, is first on the menu. Chef Jorge lays out the ingredients, and then it was time to get cooking. Fresh squid is dipped into a tempura mix and then dropped into the fryer, cooked until crispy golden brown. Seasoned to taste while it's hot, and then it's all about presentation. Jorge says, I now have the keys to the kitchen. It's time to dig in.
Well, there you have it. It took us less than 10 minutes to make this appetizer dish. It's a fried calamari over some watermelon, and I think it tastes just as good as it looks. I think we're going to try it out right now. That's really good. Thumbs up. Thank you, Jorge. Awesome.
Over at the coal station, Chef Edwin and I got ready to prepare some sashimi with salmon. It's an easy dish to make with yuzu, truffle oil, nashi or Japanese pear, and salmon. The pear was chopped into thin slices and rolled into bite-sized pieces with the salmon. A little truffle oil goes a long way, then it's time to garnish and season. Then it's time to eat. Now, both dishes will be featured as a part of a special menu when the umami and sake tastes are unveiled. Chef Nobu is also expected to be on island for the special event on February 25th. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
It's being called the largest acquisition for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force in its history, with the goal of increasing its fleet to effectively patrol our borders.
It was back in 2006 when the government began the process of vetting global shipbuilding companies to assist in the Sandy Bottom project. The Defense Force is expected to acquire additional boats by 2016.
Our LTV's Munnings got an update during a visit to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force base.
Not only will the Royal Bahamas Defense Force add 9 more boats to its fleet in the Sandy Bottom project, but harbor upgrades like dredging will take place at the Defense Force bases in Coral Harbor, Matthewtown, Anagua, and Gunpoint, Ragged Island. Vice Chairman of the Sandy Bottom Project Committee, Commander Nedley Martinborough, brands it as the largest maritime military presence in the Caribbean.
These vessels range in size from 42 meters or 140 feet to 30 meters or roughly about 100 feet, and includes the addition of a roll-on vessel, 180-footer, which will be utilized for resupply to the various departments and also for providing assistance in times of natural disasters such as hurricanes, relief to devastated islands and such.
And those additional boats are needed because just over the past few weeks alone, Defense Force officers seized 2 Dominican and 4 Bahamian fishing vessels, keeping them quite busy.
With an aging fleet, Defense Force finds it very difficult to patrol the outer areas of the Bahamas at this time. With the addition of these 2 new vessels and 2 vessels shortly to follow that, with the relifing of HMBS Nassau and HMBS Bahamas, the Defense Force should have the capability to maintain more maritime presence in those areas that are threatened by poachers, smugglers, human smugglers, and the like.
But training is essential too. A ship simulator will be built at the Coral Harbor base to ensure all Marines can handle the new equipment.
This simulator emulates the bridges which we hope to have placed on all of the vessels, and in this regard we will be able to properly train our officers and Marines in bridge watchkeeping procedures, communication, ship handling, and all of the stuff that goes along with keeping a ship safe at sea in order for it to complete its tasking.
So that means then only a select few of Marines will be able to use the boats?
Each vessel will be outfitted with its own crew, and of course each crew will have a fully capable team of operators from commanding officer straight down the line.
LTV's Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Family members of 77-year-old Sheila Roll, the elderly female driver who sustained injuries in a collision with a prison bus last week in Foxhill, confirms to ZNS News that she is being treated in hospital for a broken arm and nose, as well as cuts and bruises on her face.
Now, Police Traffic Division officials told ZNS News earlier this afternoon that Roll is detained in serious condition, but she's also stable, and the officers involved in the accident were treated and discharged from hospital. Police traffic officials also tell us an intense investigation into the matter is ongoing. Well, we're coming to you live from the Atlantis Resort, a perfect little promenade in the back, perfect for a Valentine's stroll, I think.
Very much so.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.